When we last stopped off with Star Rail, we had pulled Fanian out of his little trial and met Anaxa, as well as the mysterious Black Swordsman. Now we're going to apparently talk to some of his friends before we go meet with Aglaya. Hello.
Hello. And you are?
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, you are Kallinicus's wife, right?
Yes. Oh, are you a messenger? No wonder I haven't heard any news for so long. There's been a change in personnel, hasn't there?
You could say that.
Ma'am, Kallinicus passed away a few days ago, defending the Grove against the Black Tide.
So, did he manage to defend the Grove? Huh?
This is the first thing you asked after hearing of his passing?
Yes. He managed to protect Cersei's core flame at the cost of his life.
I see. I'll select some of his possessions and pick a nice resting place for him.
Please let us know if you need any help, ma'am.
She's holding it in for now.
I come from Kremnos. Death and sacrifice are things I've learned to face with composure. You know,
You
Kallinicus,
say you trained for it, but
even
I have
though
my
he was
doubts
a
about
scholar,
that.
he'd always ask me to teach him how to fight whenever he came back. Isn't it funny that a Chrysos heir like him wants to learn from an ordinary person like me? I've been prepared for this for a long time. In times like these, any ordinary goodbye might just turn out to be a final farewell.
I'm really sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I was once a warrior, and I'll find my way back to the battlefield someday.
You'll meet again in Valhalla.
With the coming coronation of the new king of Kremnos, I'll take up my lance against the creatures of the Black Tide and seek vengeance for my husband.
So that's what we're going around doing. Just telling people who's been lost.
Oh, hello, young ones. Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you the father of Keinani and Artakama?
Oh, man.
Ah, yes. Did my daughters cause trouble at school again? Alas, forgive this old brain of mine. Both of my daughters graduated long ago, and they are now scholars at the Grove. As I get older, memories from years past tend to blend together.
Well, this one won't certainly blend.
What's the matter, young one? Why so quiet? Did my daughters really get into some trouble? If they refuse to apologize, just let me know. Their old dad can still talk some sense into them.
What should we do? I really can't tell him.
I mean, you have to. Don't ask me, I'm getting all teary-eyed as well.
Mr. Fabio, the Black Tide took Keinani and Artakama.
What?
They fought until their last breath against the Black Tide to defend the Grove.
Man.
As the Chrysos heir stationed at the Grove, I failed to protect them. Mr. Fabio, if you're upset...
Don't put it that way. Even if my Artakama wasn't one of the Chrysos heirs mentioned in the prophecy, she was still a heroine, wasn't she?
Yeah. Oh, man. Last time we started off with a high action. This time we're starting off with just a pure grief.
Talking about?
What's wrong? I'm busy. There's a lot going on in the city, and I've got my hands full.
Mister, we're sorry to bother you, but...
No, wait, Lady Casters, did Lady Aglaia send you because of some mistake I made at work?
You'd wish those that.
Keep your cool, Titus. I'm Anaxagoras from the Grove of Epiphany, and a colleague of your father, Old Titus. A few days ago, your father passed away.
Wait, what? My old man died? That's no shocker. At his age, he was due for the River of Souls any time.
Doesn't make it any easier.
Just up and left me behind. That old man. I've been telling him for ages to stay in the Holy City and enjoy his retirement. But no, he just had to go off to that grove and mess around with those scholars. Still wouldn't budge after all those arguments. That stubborn old thing. I already got him a retirement home and was waiting for him to come around. All my effort is wasted now, and he didn't even give me a chance to say goodbye.
I was not emotionally prepared for something like this.
Bull-headed old man, stubborn as a mule.
That is it. That's all the colleagues' families that I remember.
Those who sacrifice their lives and their families are truly admirable.
Good work, Miss. And Professor Anaxa.
Let's go. Take me to see Aglaia.
Yeah,
Alright.
you've got a lot to talk
I'll
about.
lead the way.
Lamentations bring not empty tears.
Let's go back for another soak.
Why is the elevator always up? Hello, who are you?
Miss Casters, my lady, you're back.
Hello. We have an important matter to discuss with Lady Aglaia. May we trouble you to inform her of our presence?
My apologies, Miss Casters. Lady Aglaia has just informed me that she has no time to receive anyone at the moment.
It's kind of an urgent matter.
That's just great. She refuses to even see me. Answer me this, friend. Did Aglaia order you to take me directly to prison?
Who are you?
Please don't jest. It's possible that she really is busy. Let's wait here a moment, and I'll try to contact her using the slate.
To Trailblazer and Company, of the Grove's circumstances, we are now fully cognizant, and for thy most diligent efforts, we harbor the deepest gratitude. Indeed, no words could adequately convey the depths of our appreciation. Alas, the Holy City presently faces sundry complications, and manifold duties command our attention, precluding us from extending proper welcome. For this oversight, we express sincere regret. Furthermore, following thy arduous voyage, rest must be prioritized. The particulars of recent events shall be deliberated upon the morrow. So it is written. Okay. That elegant style must be the garment makers. Dear Garment Maker, please inform Lady Glaya thus. Message received. We will take our rest today. We send her our regards. Very well.
It's fortunate we don't have to confront that woman while I'm hauling around this sick body. Castorus, and this friend I haven't gotten the chance to know, I'll take my leave for today. That Titan made a myriad of adjustments on their own. My head still aches from that. I don't want to stay a second longer in this noisy city if I can.
Please be careful. Akama isn't the Grove. This place
is covered by her golden threads. I know. That woman is extremely confident I won't escape her grasp. Don't worry. As I said before, I'll mind my behavior.
Miss, so many unexpected things happened on our journey to the Grove. We truly had no intention of putting you in danger, let alone face the Black Tide head-on.
We're used to it.
The Black Tide is not just an enemy of Akama, but all of Amphorius. Even back when the forces of strife coveted the Holy City, their warriors still undeniably halted the Black Tide outside Castrum Krymnos. Nigador's core flame now sits vacant, and the Black Tide has returned. The Grove is an academic city with the best understanding of the Black Tide. It shouldn't have fallen so easily, and yet it was taken overnight, leaving the city in blood and tears, haunted by the spirits of departed heroes. The trial of strife is imminent. I pray Mydei will be able to steel his resolve soon.
I wouldn't put my hopes on it. About that black-robed swordmaster,
Lady
though.
Tribbie once traveled across thousands of cities in Amphorius to repel the Black Tide. But even they have no recollection of this powerful enemy in all their journeys. Perhaps the fall of strife has triggered even more terrifying events in unseen places. As for me, I detected a strong stench of death from that entity. But it wasn't because it had a connection with Thanatos. I'm afraid it's purely because it has sent countless others to their deaths.
Ugh.
Speaking of Thanatos, Miss, there is something else I wish to verify with you.
Go ahead.
You must have an idea of the curse I bear by now. I was born as the shadow of death. A poison shunned by all living beings. Yet when you caught me in the Grove...
Alright, we did do that. We did touch her.
I'm curious why you weren't affected by my power, Miss.
There was a lot happening that I completely glossed over that. Yeah, apparently she would touch you if you die. As you mentioned, I think the same thing happened in the Vortex.
My apologies for the abrupt question. For all my life, I've always wondered, what is my connection to death? And why am I inextricably linked to Thanatos? Miss, you must be tired after being on the move these past few days. Please set aside the tragedy at the Grove for now, and rest for the day.
Scholar manifested in the Grove and doused that radiating blaze. The crisis experienced through your travels. Head to the book and write it down. I'll do all that book stuff after I finish this main story. Return to your private bath chamber and end the day. Gotta share all this information with Don, see what he thinks of it.
Faith can dispel the Black Tide.
God, I miss you.
heard, seems like I'd love to go in and take a look.
He looks like he's been well. Hey, Don. Long time no see. I've heard about what happened from Fanian. You've been through a lot. I missed you so much, my dearest friend. Seems like you took things pretty hard. What were you doing while I was gone? I was organizing logs. I also asked Hyacinth for some research materials from the Grove. I discovered something interesting. Do you remember that Amphorius' sky was sealed away by a Titan? Aquila's presence keeps the world isolated from the rest of the world beyond the sky. It seems Hyacinth's ancestors were the Sky Priests who worship Aquila. Perhaps she can give us some clues to find a way back to the Astral Express. Nothing out of the ordinary happened in the Holy City in the past few days. I didn't have to talk to anyone either. It was kind of a nice spending time alone. Your good times are coming to an end. After what happened at the Grove, that's sure to be the unrest in the coming days. We should get rest for now. You look tired. You should get some sleep before we set off tomorrow. Oh, by the way, I heard some rumors. If you're going to wander around, I suggest avoiding the hot bath. Tribbie's PLV. Sometime before, in the Memorial Palace.
Trianne?
What's wrong? Is there trouble at the Grove?
Yes, I sensed something. It was fleeting, but very strong. It feels like they're in some big trouble. Trianne, you...
Oops.
Use the Century Gate again.
Can you see what's actually happening?
No, it's fuzzy like always. But the enemy's aura has disappeared. Maybe they've moved to a safe place?
Let's hope that it's just a false alarm. We should place our trust in her and Castor's teacher. They will keep Trianne safe.
Peggy, you're talking like we are little kids.
Physically, you are.
One day, Trianne will reach her limit, and Tribbie will take on the role of gatekeeper from her. We are all aware of that. I am just a little concerned about her state of mind. Trianne was already unable to speak, even in short sentences when they left. We want to say a proper goodbye at the very least.
I will pray with you.
Thanks.
Is that guaranteed
And
that she'll
Aggie,
run out of energy?
It looks like we will need you to come with us to the baths this time to unwind. It feels like neither of us have laughed for a long while. It's time to head out with the west wind!
All right.
Well, I can walk us a glade. I don't want to bother.
Here's really hot and heavy. Has it always been like this?
What's going on?
Is someone injured over there? What happened here?
Watch out! Watch out! For the Kremnoan!
Kremnoan? This is their doing?
Aggie, now's not the time to dwell on that. Let's help the injured people first.
Excuse me, coming through. Oh, you two are here as well. That's a relief.
They raised the temperature too high in the bath or something?
The Twilight Courtyard is involved? What in the world happened here?
I actually just came to relax. But as soon as I got here, I saw all these people lying on the ground. I've examined them, and they don't seem to be seriously ill. It feels like they've just spent too much time in the hot water.
Multiple individuals fainting simultaneously from the hot pool steam? Where is the manager of the baths?
He disappeared, and no one knows where he's gone to. Some people have been saying that the Kremnoans are behind this. Lady Aglaya,
I'm still
what do you
thinking about
think
that one guy
this?
who was corrupted by a black tide when we took in.
Let these people rest. The two of you, please come with me.
Have you thought of something, Aggie?
Yes. While their intentions elude me, it's time to bring this farce to a close.
This is really bad.
Mydei.
This is all you can do, huh?
Snowy! Even Snowy!
What are you two doing?
Culprit. The culprit is Mydei.
Are you just having a competition to see who could last longer in the sauna?
It's just another duel where I claimed victory.
Duel?
As I expected. On the surface, these two are the mightiest warriors in the Holy City, but they're still impulsive youths at heart.
Just bros being bros. Guys being dudes.
Speak up, Mydei. Tell us exactly what kind of foolishness you and Finan indulged in this time.
Some time ago.
No, none of those sound right. Forget it.
Doesn't seem like Ted to talk things out.
Am I seeing things? Is the magnificent deliverer finally deigning to step outside? What kind of response is that?
Nothing. I was just imitating your usual response. I don't feel anything special from you. Have you passed the demigod trial?
The ritual hasn't reopened yet. In case you forgot, it hasn't been that long since I pulled you out of the trial.
I didn't forget.
He's sulking about it.
Then, you're welcome.
In twilight's last gleam, Makima stands bold. Her walls sturdy, tales untold. Dreaming of her fruitful gardens, pilgrims arrive from distant lands. Figs and olives, so grand. Yet little do they know that they will step into flames, fuel to the fire, a burning brand.
What are you playing at this time?
I just felt like reciting a few lines of poetry. Surely the Crown Prince of Kremnos knows how to appreciate poetry, right?
Kremnoans steer clear of such weak literature. But my library doesn't lack collections of this kind.
These lines express the poet's yearning for their home, just as Akama is distant from many people's homes.
I know how to interpret poetry, Haikis.
There's no point in pretending to be profound,
Heirs, what
my
kind of
friend.
dialect is that?
Thank you for helping me out when I was in a tight spot, but it seems to me that you aren't prepared for the trial either.
Don't compare your situation with mine. My people are still relying on me. I can't ascend to godhood on my own without first resolving their issues.
So, are you suggesting that you, the mighty Mydei, and the heir to the throne of Kremnos, wish to defy tradition that has endured among your people for millennia?
That seems to be the repeating theme.
Still thinking about what I should do.
Never mind. It's probably not my place to offer you counsel. An idea does strike me, though.
Go ahead. Let's see what terrible ideas you've come up with this time.
Maybe we both need to relieve some stress. Come, Mydei, let's recommence our previous competition.
Here we go.
We'll see who can stay in the super hot bath for longer. What? Are you chickening out?
The phrase chickening out does not exist in the Kremnoan language. I just find this situation absurd, that's all. All-knowing historian, are you not aware that we Kremnoans use boiling water from sword forging for our baths?
That doesn't seem very clean.
Looks like I'll have to teach you some royal etiquette today.
And thus, an unprecedented sauna battle commences! With unparalleled resolve, the two warriors' determination even alters the
Two
very
bros sitting
soul
out hot
steam.
till 5 feet apart because they're not
Intertwined
cool.
with scalding vapor,
You could just say that instead.
toward the heavens, shrouding the sky in the sun. The spectacle is so magnificent that none dare gaze upon it directly. Since we can't see what's happening in the competition, why don't I regale you with a tale of kings to pass the time?
Do you have to? Oh, thank goodness.
Recall the legend of the Gorgo lion mentioned by a certain veteran?
This is gonna go
The
on for a while, isn't
central
it?
figure, the main character, was not the sole sovereign of that land. An Oryx stood as its formidable rival long before the dawn of Era Chrysia. The two beasts started their timeless battle on the plains of Tritos. The lion regarded the Oryx as its food, while the Oryx perceived the lion as a scornful, oppressive, and challenging barrier that it swore to topple with its antlers. For tens of thousands
Is this gonna
of
be on a
years,
test?
without respite, the two creatures thus continued their relentless pursuit and rivalry. It fixated on its rival's fleeing form in the chase. It set its sights on the other's neck, nearly within reach.
He sounds do not
It
seem
was stuck in a corner.
kind of making a
Nowhere to escape. On the land of Amphorius, some lives meet their end at dusk. Some
making this feel a little different than what it should be. Just two guys in a hot tub.
others are fated to perish under the blistering sun at noon. And at last, the most scorching moment of the day descended upon them. The formidable hand of fate heeded their call and arrived!
My lords, would you like me to reduce the temperature a little?
What? You're chickening out already?
Get lost.
Are you asking me to get lost, or...?
Both, yes, probably.
Do whatever you want.
Oh, please forget my presumptuousness, my lords.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a spectacle of folly.
Yeah.
This is what you get for daring to challenge a Kremnoan without understanding your own place.
What I'm saying is, your little game dragged down quite a few innocent souls alongside you.
We will personally escort back home the customers left awestruck by our formidable presence.
Yes, awestruck.
This isn't fair.
He's pointing at him.
You are wearing way less than I am.
I mean, normally you take your clothes off to get in the bath.
Is this the latest trend now? Getting into the baths while dressed in full armor?
So she's also questioning it.
Don't look at me like that. It was he who challenged me. There is no word for flee in the Kremnoan language.
Very well. Let us bring this farce to a close, shall we? Warriors, it's time to get moving.
After recovery, Fanian and Mydei escort the fainted bath bathers away from the scene. This time, Fanian narrowly triumphed with a stunning 27-25 victory in terms of the number of trips safely escorted.
Alas, The flame chase journey is destined to be a lengthy one, replete with obstacles.
But thanks to those two, all the gloom has vanished into thin air.
I remember fooling
We
around.
just
Did something
had
at
quite
least.
the commotion. It's not every day we find the Memorial Palace this serene. Shall we continue with our previous plans? Hyacinth, would you care to join us?
Such an empty bath is indeed a rare sight. I was looking forward to unwinding after work. I'd be delighted to accept your invitation, Lady Tribbie.
How about we go to the biggest bath?
Take a bath. A mission that many people could probably deduce.
The water temperature feels just perfect.
So, how is the feeling of having the entire bath to yourselves?
It's so good.
Doesn't that look nice?
But, Lady Tribbie, aren't you going to soak in the bath with us?
We will have to pass. After all, we've become children.
Please understand that she can no longer endure the heat of this pool due to the blessings of Yanis.
This does look like a nice bath to chill in.
Are you curious about us, Hyacinth?
I wish I had a bathtub. I only got a shower
I
stall.
am, but something tells me that it might be better to change the topic.
Don't get all nervous. It's not something we can't discuss. The truth is, a long, long time ago, we were a mature adult just like Aggie. Then, because of reasons, we inherited Yanis's divinity and gained the power of passage. And in return, the price we had to pay was the splitting of our soul.
Just like that, huh?
Each opening of the Century Gate intensifies the strain on Tribbie and the others. They are gradually regressing towards infancy, both in body and mind.
We don't know what awaits us at the end either, but anyway, that's why we've turned into children.
In that case, when you opened that giant sentry gate above Akama during the battle against Nikador,
Well, there's no way around it. We all know that the flame chase journey won't be a smooth ride.
maybe we can find a way to fix it. The primary research focus of Noosporists is the soul. We explore its depletion and methods to restore dispersed souls. As long as research continues, there might be a breakthrough that can help.
Well, it's nice to
do
try.
everything we can.
So your first reaction is in fact denial. You're indeed an Access student. I look forward to your good news, Hyacinth.
Now there's another reason to look forward to tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Lady Tribbie, what's wrong?
Something's off.
Oh no.
It's that strong feeling again. Is it Trian? Wait, no. It's not Trian this time. It's Trinan. Trinan is in danger.
Uh-oh. In the meantime, you're jumping all over the place.
I win this round of escorting the bathers home.
How does one contender alone make a valid competition?
That was the best.
Offering
Staying in the bath longer
compliment
make a
or
valid
two wouldn't be
competition.
the end of you, you know.
Hikers.
What is that word? Is that your native tongue?
Hikers.
It means hyena. I'm likening you to a weak hyena. By the way, you emphasize the completely wrong syllable.
Though we've been acquainted for some time, I have rarely heard you talk in the ancient tongue of Kremnos.
It's because I'm not exactly a master at it either. I can listen and read just fine, but when it comes to writing...
Yeah, language is hard.
You can write?
You speak as if you don't have a brain.
The pure offense on that face.
That was in jest. I understand. After all, you spent all your childhood wandering far from home.
Worry about yourself first, Deliverer. You also never mention your hometown, apart from when you need to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Well, it's because there isn't much to say. Mydei's Elysiae is simply a tiny village that disappeared many years ago in the flames of war.
Elysiae.
The only times I get to see it are in my dreams, and in...
The trial?
And in
the trial from the Lance of Fury.
I knew it.
Yes. I saw it all. Mydei's Elysiae ablaze with everyone. My family, friends, and my kin. Lying in a sea of flames. A blood-red half-sun hung in the sky. Just like on that day. And before my eyes, that murderer...
Could it be the Black Swordsman?
...killed Cyrene. But I saw its form this time.
Oh, yep.
A black cloak, an
Oh, boy.
eerie mask, and a broken giant sword that carried an ominous aura. I fought it in the trial. But even though I've been fighting, improving, and resolutely getting stronger all this time, I still couldn't defeat it.
You were blinded by hatred and almost lost yourself in that trial.
That's right. And that's why I am truly thankful to you, Mydei.
You finally picked up some manners. Better late than never.
Says the Spartan warrior.
Then what about you, Mydei? What did you see in that trial? What do you fear?
There is no word for fear in the Kremnoan language.
We all know that's bullshit.
I'm getting the feeling that your language has no words at all.
But to answer your question, I saw Akuma in the trial. As well as... my old comrades. Hephaestion. Perdiccas. Ionius. Ptolemy. And Possesta. Ever since I returned from the Sea of Souls, these five have been by my side. We faced life and death together during our days in exile. Those 10 years were arduous, yet filled with moments worth treasuring. Each night, we would gather by the campfire, savoring honey brews and singing our hearts out. The wind in the wilds of Amphorius smelled like rust.
That's some nice art.
Hephaestion would always tease me about adding goat milk to the honey brew, claiming I ruined the blood-red color of the drink. He had a scrawny figure, but was a relentless force on the battlefield, dispatching foes without so much as a blink. Perdiccas was an expert in concocting medicines, delving into all those strange folk remedies. Ionius was a swift runner, and our most reliable messenger. Ptolemy was a real bookworm, always spouting off in chapters and verses. When we left Kremnos, he made off with a stack of ancient tomes from the Grand Library. Not like it mattered, as my family owns the library. And then there was Possesta. He was the silent type, but a truly masterful musician.
This is the first time I've heard you mention these five, and their names.
They died on the battlefield before the Kremnoan detachment managed to join Akuma.
Perdiccas was the first to go.
He was shot in the stomach by a poisonous arrow from the people of Ladon in the second month of cultivation. In the end, his remedies mended all but himself.
Mydei, do not mourn. I have achieved honor by bestowing a noble death upon the enemy.
Leonius died in the 5th winter. Idonia's snowstorm lasted 3 full months. On the night of the fiercest storm, our foes launched their assault.
Idonia. Is that the city Castorus used to live in?
Yes. Those zealots were as fearless as Kremnoans in the face of death, but they lacked respect for honor. They cornered us in a bottomless swamp. Leonius covered for our retreat.
Ugh.
They cut his legs off. He vanished into the mire of a foreign land, his body never to be recovered.
This is perfect. Mydei, I can finally deliver the news of you ascending the throne to the Netherrealm.
20 dusks later, we finally breached the walls of Idonia and entertained the usurper's plea for peace. However, the rebels refused to surrender and set up an ambush within the city.
Are each of these deaths going to be poetically
He and his
ironic?
cavalry met their end before they could even relish our
Doctor getting
triumph.
poisoned, the runner getting his legs cut
Those
off.
obelisks that collapsed after being set on fire became their final resting place.
Mydei, please tell my family. It was not cunning schemes that vanquished Ptolemy, but the immense weight of Amphorius' entire history.
Then, it was Pacesta. He lured the enemies into the city of Aenionis with his melodies, buying us invaluable time. Our enemies, consumed by indignation when they discovered the trick, set the entire city and my soldiers on fire.
Jeez.
His final words were recorded on a small clay tablet, fractured by the flames.
Mydei, don the crown.
And at last, my most trusted friend, Hephaestion. He was supposed to stand by my side through it all. But a sudden relapse of his illness hit him on the eve of my duel against my father. He hid his condition from me. By the time I returned victorious, he had but a breath left in him.
A Kremnoan dying on a sickbed. I would be a laughingstock to everyone.
Hephaestion, my dear friend, spare your strength. I'll go get a physician.
No need. Even if Perdiccas were here, he couldn't stop destiny from taking me away.
No! None can take you away.
God damn.
Mydei, our king, do not shed tears for me. It's not befitting of your status. Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us back home.
What a grave trial indeed.
Man.
Now I understand why you see immortality as a defect, or even a curse.
My father threw me into the sea of souls to break the wheel of karma. But little did he realize it would grant me an immortal body and summon a fated revenge on his head. Following his demise, I considered leading my people back to our homeland. Kremnos had already turned it into a wasteland. Only darkness and insanity thrives there.
Yet people still want to go
Against
back.
the dissent of many, Kratos included. I made the Kremnoan detachment stay in Akama. But I know that their glory will never be doused out. The instant of strife shall inevitably arrive.
If you take over Nikodor, then you must begin the journey back to your homeland. So, you hesitate because you think leaving your people in the Holy City is a better choice?
I don't know. But I have never been crowned. Those 5 were never endowed with any titles. None is aware of their glory.
But you are, at least.
Your predicament is truly complicated.
I think that's what mattered most to them.
I don't know how I can give you any useful advice. Maybe you could seek counsel from more people, such as the Grand Craftsman. Cartonis' people seem to have been through comparable dilemmas. And that teacher of yours, Kratos?
Dee, we've got a big problem! Big problem!
Oh boy.
Lady Tribbie, what's making you so flustered?
Hurry up and go save Trinan! She got abducted by Kratos!
Oh jeez, what's that guy doing now?
Kratos! What's going on?
Mydei. It seems I was the one who exposed my vulnerabilities first.
Aglaya, I demand an explanation.
This man abducted Trinan by force, and forced her to bring him to the vortex of Genesis. He then brazenly stepped into the trial of the Lance of Fury, and naturally failed.
What a fool.
Is she telling the truth? Why did you do that?
Because I don't want to wait anymore. Your hesitation made me desperate. If you want to run away from your destiny to become king, then keep running. Someone will eventually stand up and fill in the gap left by strife. Then they will lead our people home.
Age has blinded you, teacher.
I mean, he does have one bad eye, it looks like.
Can't you see that I'm hesitating because of this very recklessness seared into your blood?
Kratos, do you truly believe you're worthy of entering the trial? To blaspheme against the prophecy? Does the mission we Chrysos heirs bear seem like child's play to you?
Do you know how the Kremnoans see you, Aglaya? You're a hypocrite and a megalomaniac. The prophecy of Genesis and
man,
the
saying that right to your
flame-chased
face,
journey
huh?
are just excuses for you to seize power.
Silence, Kratos. Do you even know what you're saying?
Are you defending this woman, Mydei? How many wars did people start because of her and her so-called prophecy? How many cities fell in the past millennium? Their people massacring each other. Even if this so-called Genesis really exists, will there be a place for the Kremnoans in that new world?
Are you done talking? By agreement between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, those who trespass upon the vortex of Genesis need not be tried by the Council. I am allowed to pass judgment alone. Kratos, your actions are unforgivable. I hereby sentence you.
Aggie, wait!
Oh?
We have a proposal! Someone has to resolve this conflict between the cities. Lord Kratos did not use violence to harm us. We can sense that his anxiety stems from his concern for his people's future.
Please, Aglaya, hear us out first.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, Lord Krateros. We were so preoccupied with deciphering the fragments of prophecy that we neglected those of you not favored by its message. Your accusations were harsh, but justified. We wish to earn your trust and those of the Kremnoans. I think the best way to do that is to take you to witness the source of the prophecy for yourself.
How are you going to show me something that has no form?
You've heard about that Outlander, right? She has somehow made a connection with Orynyx and can completely replicate scenes from the past. We will ask for her aid. Tomorrow, at the Abyss of Fate in the Temple of Yanisopolis, we will show you everything from that distant memory, Krateros.
This will be interesting.
A fair proposal. I accept.
Until then, you will be stripped of your freedom. That is my one condition, and I will brook no argument.
It is not the first time I've been made someone else's prisoner. Do as you please, demigod.
Teacher, why did you do this?
Forgive me, young master, but I just cannot wait any longer. Ever since your father died, our people and I have been waiting for a day to revive Kremnos. We placed all of our hopes in you, but never received an answer.
This obsession for returning home has become a sickness for our people. Wise as you are, I refuse to believe that you can't see the truth.
You have a clear head, which is why you're also incomparably alone. A smart person can only choose to tangle himself with the mundane of this world. If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mydei. Just as you did back then.
Oh, man.
A fierce fighter. I did not expect such heroism from a feeble Acheman. Fulfill your duty as the victor, warrior, and tell me your name. I seek an honorable death from you.
As if you have any honor! Listen closely. I am the leader of the Kremnoan detachment, Mydei. I'm here to finish you, father.
It is you, the beast spurned by all. So you did defy death. The prophecy was true. You will bring an end to my Kremnoan dynasty.
Defy? You're wrong. Death fears me. It's the reason I have this body of steel. As for you, you already stand at death's door, father. You were the one who threw me into the Sea of Souls. The one who tried in vain to enslave a Titan. And the one who desecrated the body of a god. Hyakis! You're a weak king. So weak that even the lowliest hyena is a more noble existence than you.
God damn, gives this guy a raise. He's doing so awesome.
Fate's reckoning is upon you.
Then swing your blade. Take my crown. Coronate yourself with an old king's blood and inherit it all. Become the new rightful king of Kremnos.
I don't want the crown. Listen, if there's only one end for the kings of Kremnos, then the crown means nothing to me. All I want is your life, to avenge Mother and my comrades.
But the walls of Kremnos will not fall with me. Do you truly think you can escape fate's grasp, my son? You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear. Now, kill me! The son of Gorgo is destined to be crowned in blood!
Kratos. He said the Grand Craftsman Cartonus might have some suggestions. Might as well go see him. Grand Craftsman, how have you been?
King of Kremnos it is. That you would come, I knew.
You knew I was coming?
Your matters, I've heard. The path forward you seek. Many questions you have. But before that, take this.
That ring again.
What's this?
A signet ring. For the King of Kremnos. Belonged to your mother. Recast and restore it. I did.
What? Mother threw it into the Sea of Souls.
A long time to fish out it took. Very fortunate we were.
Wow.
I can hardly imagine how much patience and courage it must have taken to find such a small signet ring in the Sea of Souls. I owe you one.
Gratitude there is no need for. Repayment for saving me, this is. Questions you bring with you? Ask, now.
Fate I've always denied. It's finally caught up to me. By all rights, I should accept Strife's authority. It would make everyone happy. The Chrysos Heirs, the Council of Elders.
But it wouldn't make you happy.
Even the bards who will write it all into song.
Yet hesitate still you do. Hesitate, why do you, young king?
Because of my people. Be they men, women, the elderly or children. The hearts of all Kremnoans yearn for home. They've all been waiting for this day. For the day their king returns. Children of Strife would then be able to go home and embrace the old traditions. Never mind that most of them have only ever been heard in these so-called traditions in song. They would then gather around their king and throw themselves into battle.
This is not a good thing, you believe.
People fighting each other and killing each other? No, obviously not.
Kremnoans have been trapped in a cycle of bloodshed for the past 1,000 years. They seek vengeance, start wars, become prosperous, and decline. How much innocent blood flowed into the River of Souls in all those years? How many needless sacrifices could we have avoided? If I accept that fate, become the totem of strife that lead my people into repeating the same mistakes, then of course I would be terrified. I'd be terrified of becoming king.
A different kind of Kremnoan you truly are.
Back to Tribbie, huh? Moments later, in Tribbie's room.
Mama! Mama! I had a dream last night.
Oh. Now what did you dream about, my darling Tribbios?
I had a dream that I turned into many me's. Then
that's adorable.
we made the moon into a ship and made the stars into our sails. Then we floated on the ocean and let the wind blow us in any direction it wanted.
Well, that sounds like a lovely dream.
Yeah! The ocean and the sky were really, really dark, but there were so many of me that I wasn't scared at all because we'd all sing together. The ocean wind blew us onto an island where the wind tasted like flowers. There were bleating sheep and chirping birds inviting us to be their guests. There were so many animals on the island, but none of them ever fought.
Giannis's holy maidens can receive guidance from the God of Passages. Perhaps what you saw in your dream is a divine land somewhere in Amphorius.
You think so?
What's wrong, Tribbios? You look unhappy.
Because on that same island, I saw a dark mountain on the other side of the ocean. And it was very, very tall. The mountain looked alive, and it kept getting closer to the island. Then I realized it wasn't a mountain, but a very, very tall wave made of water. When the wave smashed against the island, it looked like it was going to eat the island up. The small animals tried to chase it away, but they couldn't stop it.
Oh, little Tribbie.
Then there was a bang and I woke up.
A dark wave.
Mama?
A black tide, you might say.
Does something that scary exist in real life?
Yes. Unfortunately, it does exist in Amphorius, but it's very far away from our temple. We call it the Black Tide, though it has nothing to do with water. It has no shape or form, but it can swallow up animals, humans, and even titans, turning them all into monsters.
Oh, the Black Tide is a baddie. I don't want everyone to turn into its food. Can't we chase
Tribbie.
it away?
Of course, my dear. You only need to behave well and listen to what the adults tell you. Study all the knowledge and etiquette you need, then grow up and become a proper holy maiden. The divine Giannis will then give you guidance and help you light the way for the people.
Wow, I'm gonna eat a lot and study a lot and become a holy maiden. But Mama, you said the Black Tide can swallow up titans too. What do we do if even Giannis is eaten?
If that happens, then the Holy Maiden will have to be the one to guide people on the right path. After all, we are the human avatars of the God of Passages, yeah?
Yeah.
But one person alone is not enough. Once you're older, you'll make a lot of friends. You must do your best to unite them, because that's also our duty as priests.
Friends? Are they also like me and Mama with pretty red hair?
There will be.
They might not, but they'll certainly be just as smart and kind as you.
Mama? Am I dreaming?
Don't be silly, dear. Of course you're not dreaming. I've always been by your side.
But before they said they couldn't even remember their mother's face.
Now be a good girl and call your friends over too. Well, let's play hide and seek. seek, just like we used to, okay? My Tribbios is the smartest girl. I'm sure you remember where everyone is hiding.
God, those dolls are cute.
The voice sounds so far away. I don't remember. Who am I looking for?
Your friends, who will chase the black tide away alongside you, of course.
Is this from my childhood? Use the spindle to connect everyone.
There will be an amazing captain on that big ship. She's cheerful, optimistic, bold, and cautious. She'll be able to get everyone together.
Wow, that's amazing! Can I be the captain?
Of course you can. But you'll find someone else who's better for the job, my dear. I think that person lives in a beautiful temple that sits atop a hillside, covered in golden fig trees. There's a noble girl there who's very smart, but also very delicate.
Just like Mama?
Perhaps. But before we find the captain, the ship also needs someone who can navigate it. Who could that be?
Let me think. I know! She's Tribbie! I named this doll after myself? I don't remember it all. Is this a dream or something that happened in the past? Am I dreaming?
That's an interesting nightlight.
It's packed full. Mama must have left all of these for me. All the words are blurred out. Could it be that my memory is fading?
It must be very difficult to read, like, say, one on the bottom of the stack without having to, like, you have to take out the whole stack in order to just reach one. You can't just pull it out. Assuming these are, like, actual stone slates.
Bad chest! You can't lock me away! Huh? Why is this doll inside a chest? It's holding a sword. Why?
Many years later, many brave warriors will board this ship. They're skilled combatants who fear no danger.
Ooh, I can learn how to fight too and protect everybody!
Silly girl. You're Yanisopoulos' holy maiden. It's not your duty to fight. There will be many others to protect you.
That's why you're a support unit, not a DPS.
Alright. Then where will they come from?
I believe one warrior hails from a lovely village where bulrushes flourish, while another comes from a magnificent royal city.
Definitely talking about Fanny and the Mydei there.
Each has their own troubles. Both are ready to lend their strength for the ship's long voyage.
In that case, let Trian fight by their side. This way, they'll always stay on course. How could I have known the name Trian back then? Was it just a coincidence, or...
Where is this leading?
Learning can change your destiny!
When navigating at sea, you need to know both astronomy and geography.
Isn't Yanis's knowledge enough?
Oh,
Don't want to study? Yeah, I get that.
The ocean isn't like the land.
I was a terrible
It's
student.
easy to get lost. That's why it's important to learn to recognize the miracle of Aquila.
Alright! Even though my brain is already super duper smart, I'll still try my very best!
Circes also favors children who try their best. They will send a wise scholar as everyone's teacher to help you reach your dreams.
That's supposed to be Anaxia? Anaxa?
I want to be a teacher too! Oh, wait. I'm super duper smart. So I want to be the teacher's teacher.
Why not? But if you're going to be a teacher, you might need to tone down that hyper energy of yours.
Then Trinan can do it. She's well behaved and would make a great teacher.
What are you trying to tell me here?
Mama and the others always said that I had a great memory. But now, I can't even tell if this is a memory or a dream.
Come, let's line them up.
Dreams certainly are weird.
Now, Tribbios, set them on this music box and let them compose a melody for our song.
That's a music box?
Music box? What's that?
Sweetheart, are you still groggy from your nap? You invented it.
I invented it? What does it do?
Oh, my lovely Tribbie. You're usually so bright. What's gotten into you today? Well, you might as well see for yourself. Put your good friends on it and see the wonders it can do.
Put the dolls on. It's rotating, and I can hear something.
That's so cute.
That's right. It's a music box. If you place the dolls in the right spots, it will start rotating and play beautiful music. Out of all your inventions, this one is my favorite.
I don't remember.
It's all right, my child. I'll sing along to the tune, and it will help jog your memories. Happiness abounded in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raised their glasses in a toast, beheld by the 12 constellations. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate. 3 molded life with their hands, and 3 guided calamity's gate. They declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living. Thus you and I were created, with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give. Thus creation was complete. Who then will bear the weight of humanity's souls, to lighten the steps of the living as a whole? O great Kephale, all-knowing Father of stature so tall, yet low does their gaze willingly fall. With light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders, golden blood spills unto the land, converging into a boiling river that flows to the heroic heirs of this world.
Oh! Oh my.
What's going on?
Oh, Yanis, please lend me your ears.
Oh boy.
In the black mist, as death and fate draw close. On the bloodied earth, the living dead, but ghosts. What is this world? It mirrors your maze-like fate. What is this world? A silent lament without a trace.
Jesus Christ, what is going on now?
What is the past? Wandering ghosts that linger.
I don't think Jen fits her description anymore, subtitles.
Fate's finger. What is the start? A voyage born in solitude. What is the end? A spirit, lonely and subdued. Lonely and subdued. And subdued.
No, not the dolls.
And subdued. 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 Subdued.
Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Hurry. Run. Trailblaze, run. The Black Tide has arrived.
Oh god. Maybe the dolls aren't so nice. They're all over the place now.
Where can I go?
Yeah, I'm running. I'm running.
What's this?
Oh god.
Why? Why are there dolls everywhere?
It's just my bedroom.
This is the sacrifice.
That's about as many as I have.
You won't make it to the end. Only one person can.
Oh man.
I know. It's fine if we can't reach the end. Our minds are made up.
Go. Bid your farewells, Tribbie. Time is running out.
Oh man, I got chills.
Are you going to leave me?
My sweet girl. I will never leave you. But remember this, Tribbie. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Since your mind is made up, then traverse the Black Tide and dispel the fog for Amphorius. I shall see you tomorrow, my dearest Tribbie.
We've fought death before. Maybe, surely that won't happen here, right?
Are we still in a dream?
Did you have a nightmare?
Maybe. But it's been a long time since we had any dreams.
It's not yet the entry hour. You still have plenty of time to rest.
No. Our heart is still racing.
It must be that reckless Kremnoan soldier who startled Trinan. And you as well. If you want, I can pass through his chest with the golden thread right now.
Maybe just hold on that. I'll hold off on that for a little bit longer.
Cut it out with the scary talk.
I'm just kidding. If I were serious, I wouldn't have waited until now. Do you want to talk about the dream? Keeping it bottled up is not good for your health.
We had a dream about Mama. The dream itself was nothing. It's just the timing that feels a bit unsettling.
You mean...
It's Trian. Even if we refrain from ever using the power of the Century Gate again, her soul continues to slowly drift away from her body. There isn't much time left.
Perhaps it wouldn't be such a bad idea to let her relinquish her role as the gatekeeper and live out her days as a carefree child.
Like she would want that, or accept
You
that.
have a point, Aggie, but our decision has already been made on that matter.
I believe there's still another way.
Souls will be spent until they dissolve into dust. Such is our fate. Once we had a whole and connected body. If that body were a tree, and its trunk and branches would share the same fate, decaying at the same pace. Now, we are fragmented into numerous selves, Despite the absence of a trunk, we are offered another possibility. We can choose how our branches will perish in a way that is most beneficial to the Flame Chase journey.
Do you have to perish in order to do that?
Compared with saying farewell to one person, watching many fade away before me is even more sorrowful.
But advancing is the destined end of Yanis's trial. There's no retreat in our path. Don't feel sad about saying goodbye to us. We have already agreed on this, right?
It won't be long before I forget what sorrow tastes like.
So, what would you like for breakfast, Aggie?
What? Where did that come from?
Well, I need breakfast to
After
start
all
today.
this talking, we are feeling a bit hungry. Plus, it's nearly the entry hour now. Do you remember when we first met, Aggie? You were still a little one, and we caught you secretly eating oatmeal late at night.
While my emotions might be fading, those memories are still as vivid as ever, teacher. Please, let me do it. What would you like to eat?
It's fine. Leave it to us. You should rest for now. It won't take long, and we'll call you when it's done.
In that case, thank you.
Then, see you tomorrow, Aggie.
Oh, man.
Nevertheless, that nightmare is ominous. Memories are slipping away, even the image of Mama. Just as expected, another trip must be made into the abyss of fate. Hopefully Orynyx will be willing to help us.
This is why I keep a dream journal. Helps keep the dreams more solid and memorized. At the same time, somewhere in Akama.
Long time no see, Professor Anaxa.
Who are you?
It's been a while. I'm the one who once overthrew the entire classroom in that spiritual physics lecture.
Oh, it's you.
No way. Do you really still remember that, Professor?
I remember that glib tongue of yours. What brings you here? Surely you're not here to reminisce.
You could tell.
Of course. You only beat around the bush when you have a hidden agenda.
That's not true. I'm here to seek enlightenment,
Man,
as
how long ago was it when we were last at the Trailblazer?
Could you please teach me everything you know about the black-robed swordmaster?
Rumors sure travel fast. Unfortunately, I too know nothing about it. I can only tell you that it is clad in a black robe and wields a greatsword.
And a little circle blade thing.
It looks like a greatsword. It's shaped like a twisted half-sun. And a peculiar dagger resembling a crescent moon. By the way, take this with you. I got it from the sneak attack. It's yours now.
I was right. It is this thing. The one who torched Heirs Elysiae to the ground. And killed everyone.
Keep it together for now.
Don't try to be a hero. No one in Akama stands a chance against that thing right now.
Is that what the Titan said as well?
Not at first. But the god relented after having had a taste of its power. Even with the god possessing me, I couldn't fight against that blade. That incredible power doesn't seem to be granted by any Titan.
Are you suggesting that it originates from beyond Amphorius?
It's possible. Much like the Black Tide, no?
Is there still honor involved in all
Nonetheless,
this?
it's an enemy we must overcome.
We? Drop the pipe dream, Finon. No one wants to see you fall by their blade.
His mere presence will endanger the Holy City and the Flame Chase.
You know that I don't believe.
You don't believe in the so-called prophecy, I know. However, I'm here to seek your assistance, not at the request of Aglaya or Tribbie. I just want to eliminate a threat to the city I pledged to protect. That's all. The tragedy at the Grove must never happen again.
Take a seat. Since you are sincerely seeking enlightenment, I suppose I can tell you one more thing.
Yeah. Soon after, in the Abyss of Fate. Trian.
What's wrong, Trian? Nothing. Just remembering what happened at the Grove. Monster in the black cloak. So scary. Everyone in danger. Nightmare. I can't forget.
Oh man, someone hug her.
Don't be scared. There are no bad guys here. Didn't you save everyone with the Century Gate, Trian? Trian threw it away. Far, far away. It's never coming back.
Well, I don't know about
We
never.
got back safe from the Grove because of you, Trian. You're the reason the Flame Chase journey can continue. Sorry. Trian feels a bit dizzy. Why are we here again? For the same thing, of course. Remember? Tomorrow we will reveal the prophecies past to everyone. But first, we need to restore the memories that have been blurred by the fragmentation. We hope to present the full truth to everyone without hiding anything. Since Yanis caused the fragmentation, we can only turn to another Titan or Onyx for help. Also, remember to get breakfast ready for Aggie before the Lucid Hour tomorrow. Oh, yes! Trian remembers now. Oh, on that note, we had better prepare some saffron before we meet with the Titan. Saffron? Huh, it's an essential offering for rituals in the Temple of the Three Fates. You think we shouldn't go to Orynyx empty-handed?
With how we went in here last
Yes,
time and basically
it's
forced them,
also a symbol
probably
of
for the best.
Yanisopolis. If we are to replicate memories, we need to use something that is experienced those days. And when we first met Aggie, we added that to the porridge we made for her, and she really loved it. I see! It's like killing 3 birds with 1 stone! But it all depends on whether Orynyx is willing to help us. This could be a problem. After all, it was us who took the core flame from Yanis, from Orynyx's kin. We will have to give it a try. If there's truly no other way... In our current state, we probably can't do anything to them. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Leave it to Trian. Trian knows how to play cute. In any case, let's look for saffron first. I hope there's still some left in the temple, untouched by Mikador's soldiers. I remember that aged saffron is preserved in sealed jars. Let's be on the lookout as we go.
I guess for this instance...
Tribbie promises you that
It's a dead end ahead.
Oh my.
Turn back, teacher.
What? Aggie?
Oh boy.
It's an illusion. Wow, this room is huge. Trinan, did you? Yeah, I saw it. Was that a warning from Oryx? What are you two whispering about? Tribbie? Trinan? Trian can't even hear her own telecommunication.
Oh no.
Well, never mind. Trian suddenly feels like this place is quite familiar. Ooh, there's a whiff of safari in this room!
Safari?
Right over there!
Oh no, don't go running off on your own.
Over here! Follow Trian! Trian, slow down!
Gotta flip this. Sure, things will turn around, right?
Even if separation is our fate, a futile death is not the solution.
Oh no.
It appeared again! Right here! I summon thee, Oryx! Stir up ripples of past reverie! Something's appeared! Wait, we should read it first.
Yeah. To Mr. Wilcombe, for many years Anisopolis has relied on the rose myrtle to obtain the boon of the gods. We have spent 5 or 6 years now digging out its roots and cutting back its branches. Now this red tree is on the verge of collapse, and has long since ceased to serve its purpose, yet still seeks to spread out its canopy and eclipse the Anisopolis from the glorious rays. We have a secret plan to fell this tree. We just need to wait for the ceremony to make a small move, and the rose myrtle will slip and fall into the abyss. The Anisopolis is built on a mountainside. There are more than a few cases of people who have lost their footing in its history. As for the next sacred tree, we are planning to selecting another puppet. As for the rose myrtle's daughter, Tribbie, we'll call her Saffron for now. In my eyes, I think it would be fine to just find an excuse to off Saffron. Jesus, she's talking about a kid there. However, Codex the Acolyte is extremely insistent on raising her to become the next sacred tree. She has undergone related education since she was a young girl, which would save a lot of work on our part. As for her identity as a daughter of the Rose Myrtle, she is still young and has not yet grown wings. If we can just keep her grounded, the power of the Divine Oracle will remain tightly in our grasp. We both know that the saffron's most outstanding property is that it can be cooked in so many ways. Put in porridge, stewed, or fried. No matter how you cook it, this plant will always be a delicacy. Denaleo.
Wait, this is a letter?
This is incredibly messed up.
It mentions something about Saffron and Tribbie. Isn't that name... Never mind that for now. Why is this letter here? And how did Trian sense it? Could it be our lost memories? Is it possible that we were already noticed by Oryx and entered their trial?
That's a possibility.
But why haven't they said a word? Oryx has the whims of a child. Perhaps they're toying with us on purpose. Come on, this isn't the right time to be playing games.
Oh, there you go down. Wait, Trian, slow down.
Separation and death are two sides of the same coin.
Oh man, everyone's just showing up.
Reconciliation doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Are these visions also fragments of the past?
What's in here?
Tribbie! Trinan! Look what I found! Is this the safari?
That's a pot.
Coming! We'll take a look. But Trian, there's nothing in here. What? It was right in the stolium. Huh? There's really nothing here. That can't be! I swear I saw it! I swear! Trian is telling the truth. It was right there. Where did it go? Tribbie, why aren't you saying anything? Trian can't seem to hear you at all. We were just lost in our thoughts. Don't worry, Trian. What you saw was likely, Yanis' hair. We must have startled it away. Okay. Could
this is hard
Oryx
to
be trying
watch.
to make us falter? But why would they do that? Something feels off. Tribbie, don't you think this temple is a little too quiet?
I guess
What
there
do
would be
you
normally
mean?
a few enemies around, but
It might just be an illusion. But Trinan wonders, is Oryx really putting us through a trial?
or something else.
Still no luck finding any safari. I suppose we can do without it. Let's try to convince Oryx. At least they didn't toss us out straight away.
Is Onyx even still here?
Whoa!
Just
Tribbie, Trinan, look at this! So cool! There are so many of us now!
are these also going to burst into flames?
It's
Oh no.
really quiet in here.
Oh
Do
no.
all Titans live in dark places like this?
Why are these here? The torches are lighting. There's nothing here. Onyx?
What's going on? Oryx disappeared?
Not long ago in Akama.
Are you saying that the black-robed swordmaster is not just tied to the Black Tide, but is also hunting for core flames everywhere?
This is the most plausible possibility. First, it has a vessel that can hold core flames. Second, I'm one of its targets. Let's start with the first premise. Its peculiar ceremonial blade can interact with a core flame, as evidenced by the pull I felt when it stabbed into my chest. I hypothesized that the blade can sense, absorb, or even retain core flames. The second premise is even more explicit. When it was engaged in fierce battle with many of us and was heavily distracted, it remained consistently focused on me. Or rather, on the Titan Circes inside me.
So it's plundering the flames. But if your argument holds up, wouldn't he be headed to Akama soon? The vortex of Genesis is full of the Titan's core flames.
Not necessarily. Let's call that person the Flame Reaver for now.
Flame
If my
Reaver.
presumption holds, that person has 3 targets. The first target is me. The second target is Oryx, who hasn't yet fallen.
About that.
And the third is Akama and the Vortex of Genesis, where the core flames are housed. But I suspect Akama won't be their first target. Kefali's core flame is guarded by the Council of Elders' arcane power. And Fagusa's water curtain should be able to block out any external perceptions.
What about Thanatos and Aquila? Their core flames are yet to be restored?
The whereabouts of Thanatos remain a mystery to all. As for Aquila, can you fly?
No, I can't. Why are you asking that?
Can that Swordmaster fly?
Good point. But what if he does grow wings?
If they had wings, I wouldn't have made it out of the grove alive.
That's a relief. Anyway, since the Flame Reaver has 2 targets, we need to move fast.
With the distances between Akama, the grove, and these potential targets, I believe we should bolster our defenses and...
Bad news, Fanion. Tribbie is missing. The last 3 of them were seen was the Abyss of Fate.
Oryx! Are you in here?
Oh boy, the thing's gonna show up here and get them.
No response at all. Did they foresee that we were coming and hide in the fog, or... Tribbie, we should leave.
Yeah.
This temple has other people in it.
Other things.
What? Oh. Listen, footsteps. Fast ones. 3 or 4 people coming this way. Come on, we need to hide. Whoever they are, we can't let them see us. Tribbie, Trinan, come check this out.
What is it, little one? Oh god, no.
What's
Sorry to
this?
hear.
Tran feels like it's so familiar.
Oh no. Ah, geez, there it is. Oh no.
Tribbie? See you tomorrow.
Trian. Sometime later, in the Abyss of Fate.
Where am I? Little gray, snowy, and wait, where's Trian? Is she back?
We only saw the 2 of you collapsed on the side of the road when we arrived.
Danny and I looked around, but we couldn't find any traces of Lady Trian.
What about the black-robed swordmaster?
Blast it! Of course it's him. We were still too late. I fear something bad has happened to Oryx's core flame.
Then Lady Trian...
She doesn't have much divine power left. We can barely sense anything.
I have a bad feeling about this.
That you're both safe is already a blessing. Everyone, we must take action now. We should split into 2 groups. One group will stay in the Abyss and meet up with Aglaya's reinforcements, then search for Trian's whereabouts. The other group will come with me to pursue the black-robed swordmaster and recover the core flame.
I doubt we'll be successful in that. Do you know where it's headed even?
I didn't get to tell you this before, but Anaxa and I already have our misgivings about the Black Tide, so we've made preparations. I'll tell you the details as we move. Opportunities are fleeting on the battlefield. We should hurry.
Lord Finan! Lady Tribbie and Lady Treenan. I'm glad you're all right.
Did Aglaya's people get here?
Yes. Lady Aglaya already knows about the situation and sent along a message. Finan, I understand that Swordmaster is of great importance to you. But if you charge in without a plan, I fear that you won't be the only one who dies in vain.
Yeah.
I understand. Hatred is a hero's deadliest poison. I have no intention of fighting alone. If that Swordmaster really is related to the Black Tide, the Chrysos heirs must not take them lightly. I have indeed planned to return to the Holy City and discuss the strategy with Aglaya. We'll need all the help we can get for this encirclement.
Why don't we split up as previously discussed? Heirs and I have stayed to regroup with the reinforcements. You go back to this Holy City with everyone else and tell Aglaya about your plan.
Treenan will stay in the Abyss too. That way, both sides can communicate with each other if anything happens.
Thank you, everyone. Partner, Tribbie, let's go.
Returning to the Trailblazers POV.
We're back,
like
Aglaya.
an hour.
You should have come to me first, Finan.
Aggie, there's no need to scold Snowy. Akuma is currently in grave danger.
I know. It's beyond my imagination that the only two titans humankind can still rely on fell in such quick succession. I've never seen the golden thread pulled this taut, as if it could snap at any moment. Finan, tell us your plan. Time is of the essence.
Counts and access discovery.
This being is not just hunting titans, but taking the core flames too?
Yes, just like the Flame Chase journey is doing. Professor Anaxa thinks the Flame Reaver's arrival is likely a sign the Black Tide has spread further.
Regardless of whether you're right, this being is still far more aggressive than we expected.
But its madness is also an opportunity for us. If its goal is the core flame, then that means us humans can lure it into a trap. Anaxa had already left the Holy City with Cersei's core flame while we were on our way to the Abyss, so he can make preparations for the battlefield.
Tell me, what makes you think this won't end with us losing another core flame?
Yeah, not much there.
Because this time, the power from beyond the sky is also at our side. She is the key.
I do have a stellar one. Can we pass it off as a core flame?
We need your other companion, too.
Mem.
Do you mean me?
That was a full sentence.
I see. Finan, that battlefield you mentioned.
That was a full sentence that Mem spoke.
Is it Castrum Krymnos?
Yes. I'm sure everyone remembers the astonishing miracle our partner here performed with her companion during the battle with Nikador, and how they awakened Castrum Krymnos' past. That will be the key to our victory. We will use Orynyx's power to once again open a passage to the past and lure our enemy inside. Then, we'll seal the Flame Reaver in the maze of time.
Impressive. Orynyx has fallen, and Yanis's divine power already belongs to Akuma. Once we take back the core flame, the Swordmaster will have no means of escape.
How will we exactly
It's
take
very
that core flame
clever,
out of him?
using the element of surprise instead of brute strength. Can you do it, little one?
Ah, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Memmy mem 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 mem. Memmy mem mem. Memmy mem memmy mem mem.
Such enthusiasm. I'm glad to see you're confident. By the way, the Council of Elders declared a state of emergency when Tribbie went missing. Kynus and her following have heard tell of the incident at the Grove, and are galvanizing support in secret. I fear she'll make her move before the next assembly of the citizens.
Ugh, that damn council.
What are they plotting?
That short-sighted politician likely believes the Chrysos heirs have outlived their usefulness, and is making preparations for her next step. That ugly side of humanity is something we'll have to deal with eventually.
Ugh.
But that's a problem for another day. I've sent Castorus ahead to the council with a message. She should be able to keep the situation under control for the time being. Finan, it is my hope that we can come to an understanding on this. We must take down the Flame Reaver in one go, and retrieve the core flame. And in doing so, grant ourselves an advantage against the Council of Elders.
Of course. You may count on me to lead the charge.
I apologize for tasking you to spearhead the plan once again, but Akima is currently beset by enemies from within and without. The situation brooks no delay, and we have precious little time to confer and discuss the plan with you. That being said, you are the key to our success, and I shall respect any decision you make.
So we make sure the plan works.
I may not be as masterful as Trian when it comes to the Century Gate, but even I can open a nice big gate if I have enough time.
As for whether we can take back the core flame, that will be up to Anaxa's capabilities.
Based on what I know of him, he can do it.
If you say so. Whatever's main plan is, I'll follow. Of course I trust you, ma'am.
To you for your aid, and to the rest of you as well. Now, let us be off to begin the hunt. May carefully sharpen our gaze and grant us victory over the enemy.
Feel like we're missing someone.
You mean Mydei? He's dealing with a different problem. Don't worry. That man would never miss out on this fight.
Vortex of Genesis, Akima.
Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us back home.
You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear.
If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Mos.
I knew you'd be here.
I heard you're about to set off on an expedition.
And quite an expedition
That's right.
it will be.
It's going to be a tough battle, and our destination turns out to be Castrum Kremnos.
Is that why you're here? To pray to the dead Nikador?
No, just the opposite. I'm here to tell you, you can entrust the front lines to us this time. You can't afford to lose your upcoming battle either.
Have you heard the story of Geocles the Mountain Breaker?
I assume you're
Sounds
going
like
to tell
you've
it.
spoken with Cartonas. That's the name of the legendary mountain dweller, right?
Let's have a chat before we go our separate ways.
Of course.
Cartonas told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in seclusion. They spent their days quarrying and gathering. living a simple and peaceful life away from strife.
Mm-hmm.
But Geocles was different. He resisted their traditional way of life, yearning for the world beyond the mountain. They're safe, but humdrum culture was like fetters around him.
He sounds a lot like you.
Yes, that is why he too faced the same dilemma as I do. One day, during one of Geocles' many ventures beyond the mountain, he spied a battalion of Lydonians stationed at the foot of the mountain.
Ah.
The Lydonians were at war with their arch-enemies, the Companions, and they used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. When Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier, he learned a shocking piece of news. Lydonians were planning to plant mines and explosives all over the mountain, and then lure their enemies within. With danger lurking with every step, the mountain dwellers' homes were no longer safe. Geocles quickly returned to his village to bring the news to his people. But...
too late?
Let me guess. They refused change and chose to put up with the situation instead.
I was thinking they set him off already.
That's right. The mountain dwellers were fearful of even the smallest change to their lifestyle, let alone leaving their home. Despite the imminent war, the elders would rather negotiate for peace instead of leaving the mountains. This made Geocles both angry and sad. But he didn't give up.
They're already intent on planting explosives around the entire mountain. I thought they were willing to... I thought they were willing to listen to
resistance,
peace.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't think of a solution that would make everyone happy.
A solution that would make everyone happy, huh? That's how naive we are. Well, let me tell you what Geocles did.
What did Geocles do?
He took the mountain dwellers' store of gemstones and traded them with the Lydonians for a massive amount of gunpowder. But he didn't do this to fight the Companions. Under the cover of night, he set ablaze the forest surrounding the settlement, forcing his people to flee the mountain.
I see.
That great fire marked the beginning of mountain dweller history. Since then, their people became part of civilization, and giants became a common sight in the holy city. Meanwhile, that mountain they once lived in has turned into little more than foam inside the black tide.
Interesting.
But leaving their homeland also brought many mountain dwellers misfortune. They
were hunted by Kremnoans or enslaved. Indeed, that is undeniably also part of their history.
But still possibly better than being wiped out altogether.
The merits of his actions, or lack thereof, have been scrutinized by many, but historians nevertheless hail him as the Mountain Breaker. Why do you think that is? It's simply because he took action and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone understand him, nor did he even waste time trying to make everyone happy.
That's a good motto to live by.
He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to ashes. And then forced everyone to march toward the coming of a new era.
You've made up your mind, haven't you?
I'll be leaving Akama soon to fight the great darkness of this world. And to shoulder Nikador's destiny.
Good luck, Mydei.
So, listen well. If there comes a day when we meet again on the battlefield, and I stand opposed to the flame chase, remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra. That's my weak spot, and the only way to kill me.
How specific? How do you figure something like that out?
You have my word.
Go now. The battlefield calls. Send that flame-thieving hyena to their death. But if you find yourselves with no other recourse, pray to that blade in the sky. Loudly call out the name of the new god.
Off he goes.
That's the sound of an all-out war.
Oh boy.
Not the kind of ruckus Professor Anaxa can raise on his own. Let's hurry. The battlefield is just ahead.
Alright, finally some action.
No way. A Kremnoan?
Hello.
I didn't think she'd manage to send the Kremnoans to assist. Brave warrior, what's the situation on the front line?
Ackerman, why are you here?
What? Didn't Aglaia tell you? We have been instructed to assist you in trapping the Flame Reaver.
Aglaia, that vile usurper. I spit on her name.
What's going on here now?
Our king will be back soon. He'll be able to deal with you and that black robe.
A hoarse curse lodged in his throat, refusing to escape. Moments later he composed, his head dropping as his spirit departed his body, drifting toward the abode of Thanatos.
The Kremnoans really are just like their king. Rest in peace. May your glory last forever.
And may you be welcomed into Valhalla.
They come to fight on their own accord.
I know Valhalla is like Viking Norse, but fits well enough.
Let's begin. I'm fine.
Catadons? Ha!
Get them! Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Leave it to me. You know not survive or be destroyed. There is no other
Let's use
choice.
the welts again after so long.
Being direct is always.
Get them!
Let's begin.
A little honest. Ha!
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
We're almost there.
Oh boy. What team do I want to go in with this? He really messed me up last time. Get Link in there.
With you here, I feel a bit more at ease.
I forget what his weaknesses were. Did he have ice weakness? I'm pretty sure he had a quantum weakness, I know. If only Caster's act was actually out now. She's clearly made for this fight. Don't really have anyone else I could use well for here, though. I think I'll just keep going with this team.
Once we take back the core flame, Yanis's passage will open. When that happens, you must evacuate immediately. Don't stay behind. The rest will be up to how well we work together.
But remember what Mydei said before? Cast aside all distractions once you're on the battlefield. Let's go, partner. Today, destiny shall stand with us!
Let's write some history.
Finally!
Thriller moment. Mem, it's all yours.
Pent in the memories of the dead! Executioner!
You do not look very intimidating running with the feather pen,
You
Trailblazer.
sure know how to keep a man waiting. Then you later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed him.
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Get it together.
Oh boy.
Leave it to me.
Let's,
You know nothing of survive
keep
or
it nice and
destroy.
slow, Welt.
There is no other choice.
Allow me to purge time to cleanse the filth. The truth, everything in this world is bleeding.
All lies should be revealed.
Many.
This world returned to victory.
Flame Reaver of the deepest dark.
Is that fear I sense?
I'm back.
Catadons?
Let's kill that one.
Return to victory.
Ouch. Ouchies.
Split up! Take them out!
What a spirited display, deliverer.
Ah, jeez. Ow.
Countless, thus our fates become one.
You know nothing of survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
A little
Keep
honesty
up.
would do us good. So fragile.
Almost
but
gone
always
broken.
Time for some hardship.
Allow me time to cleanse the filth.
Is that fear I sense? All lies should be revealed.
Doing good. Almost for the first phase, at least.
The way is fraught with difficulties.
Get ready, Croft. Can't hold out much longer. Quiet. I know what I'm doing.
May the foul stench disappear.
This is probably gonna end
Be
after I
of your
clear the
body
first
and
wave,
mine.
isn't it? Stay back.
This world
Oh boy.
returned to victory.
Let's begin.
A little bit more.
Return to victory.
Ouch.
The truth, everything in this world is bleeding.
You know nothing. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
The fire is out.
Was that supposed to happen? Was that scripted?
I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, it was not. Alright, well, now they know he has an ice weakness. If you'd please.
Play like how you...
You sure know how to keep a man waiting. Then you later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed him.
Did not expect to just get wiped like that, man.
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade
Ah,
than it
Jesus.
is in seeking the truth of the world.
Nothing but a boy.
Yeah, this will definitely pull me through now.
Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown.
Now I'm finally doing some real
Time
damage.
to cleanse the filth.
All lies should be revealed.
Ah, man. They just
The
keep
truth,
wailing on.
everything in this world is bleeding.
Open sesame.
Oh, man. I'm not paying attention. Okay.
This world returned to victory.
Let's just do that.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Yeah.
Mimi! I don't have time. Expand your thinking. Curious, endless riddles. Nothing but a boy.
Ah, whoops.
Return to the great tree.
They're trying to overwhelm us with nothing.
Ah, Jesus.
Let us take them out.
Oh, what a spirited display,
Whoops.
deliverer.
May the foul steady of your body and blood.
Come on, keep it alive.
Open sesame. What a crumb.
Oh, man.
Is that fair, I said?
Hold on. Just a little bit more.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding. Expand your thinking. Curious, endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Get ready, Croc. Can't hold out much longer. Quiet. I know what I'm doing.
There we go. Oh boy.
At long last.
Oh? Alright then. Oh no.
How embarrassing.
The plan
Didn't
almost
come
worked.
down from the sky.
Oh man. That's an entrance.
This city is mine anyway. So why shouldn't I go through the front door?
Oh. Round 2 then. Let's go.
Minion of the Black Tide. I, King of the Kremnoan Legion, will be your opponent today.
Then burn my destiny and offer these ashes to strife.
I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking.
Catadons?
Such petty tricks.
Countless thus
Oh,
our
he keeps
fates
making them up.
become one.
He's really trying to keep those up, huh?
All
Yeah, I should just keep breaking them.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Curious, endless riddle.
Keep it up, gang.
Nothing but a void. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
Is that fair? So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Leads to self-destruction.
So he speaks again, huh? Whoa. Damn. That is a cool ultimate.
That was a good opener to the ceremony. Now, we honor the fallen gods with this fight to the death. Rejoice, for I grant you the honor of sharing your final resting place with Kremno's departed heroes.
Expand your thinking.
It's time to end this.
One who is without shadow. Go on, Mydei, you got this! Oh, fucking yeah!
Heroic souls of strife, heed my call! I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs!
Oh my god! Beautiful.
Witness this. New God.
has come to Castro Kremnos.
Hail to the king.
Look! The warriors have returned!
But are the rumors true? Has Ornyx fallen?
As the Council of Elders said, we face a dangerous threat. Yet the Chrysos heirs are only inciting more chaos. They don't care about the people's safety.
Stupid people being
They
stupid.
really gave the core flame of strife to a Kremnoan at the end.
What a noisy crowd.
Yep.
This, doesn't feel right.
It's probably because Ornyx is gone. Ornyx was a generous titan in the eyes of the people. They graced us with miracles, allowing humanity to reap many a convenience from the past.
What they don't know is that the Titan didn't do all of that of its own volition.
Yeah.
Regardless, the Titan has fallen, and we must surrender Ornyx's core flame.
A meeting with that woman again so soon? I just can't catch a break.
You didn't even properly meet her the first time.
Professor Anaxa, why don't you find someplace to rest first? Matters that require Aglaya's attention are piling up. You two meeting again will, forgive my honesty, only distract her. Just try to stay on your best behavior, if you know what I mean.
That's not up to me, I'm afraid. I've been trapped in her prison the moment I set foot in this holy city. The price of having a Titan living in my head, I suppose. Don't worry, I don't want trouble either.
He and Glare really don't get along, huh?
They have differences in ideology. Alright, I suppose that's putting it lightly. Don't worry, you'll figure out the intricacies of these relationships sooner or later.
I'm sure you don't need my help handling Ornyx's core flame. So I'll be off. I have some personal matters to attend to.
Yeah, the whole crowning thing.
It somehow feels like D has closed himself off even more after he completed his trial.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the past few days. You've been lost in thought for a while now too, Tribbie. Did Trinon bring news?
Yes. She has found Trian.
But...
She was at the bottom of the valley outside the temple. But... that's where the good news ends.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. They also found someone else besides Trian.
Oh?
He was no better than a corpse when Trinan and Hyacinth arrived. He had suffered more cuts than could be counted and leaped off a cliff from a great height, all to free Trian's body from the clutches of the black-robed swordmaster.
Ah.
What a brave soul. Do we know who he is?
Yes.
Was it Crateros?
It's Crateros.
Of course. Of course. Not long ago.
Stop! If you want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me first.
Good job, Crateros. Going like a real hero.
Your body made of flesh and blood as it is will not survive more than a single strike from me.
Better to die in battle than return even in glory. As a Kremnoan, I know not the fear of death.
She's lost her divinity. I have no interest in an empty shell. But answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for her?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the Black Tide with this very shield. And I've done this over and over, hundreds and thousands of times. A pathetic killer like you could never understand the weight it bears.
Pity. And crumble like rusted iron.
Good. Supreme glory shall be mine, as I indulge in the libations and incense offered by my descendants. Come, let us fight! For Kremnos! For my king!
As long as it's on your own terms.
For Amphorius!
We foresaw this cruel parting 1,000 years ago. Today is but a reminder of that bitter taste.
But Lady Aglaya, I don't understand. It wasn't life itself that Lady Trian lost. Why does she look like she really turned into a doll? I don't understand.
Don't be sad, Hyacinth. Trian has used up her borrowed time from Yanis, that's all. Her spirit is now riding the west wind, flying ahead to a world free of sorrow.
If a world like that truly exists, does that mean everyone from the Grove is there too?
It exists, Hyacinth. Do you not remember? The prophecy that guides the Chrysos heirs is the voice of Kefili before it fell silent. It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never bear to lead us astray with lies.
That's one of the cutest character trailers, just to make them one of the most tragic of the bunch.
What about the Kremnoan veteran? How is he doing?
The Twilight Courtyard has done all we can. Even so, we've only managed to keep him from breathing his last. I had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again. But if light ever disappears from Akama for good... No. Let's hope that never happens.
This is already nothing short of miraculous. When we found Kratos, he was no better than a corpse.
The parting hour is upon us. Yet the golden thread runs slack. The heroes have returned with their spoils.
There's at least some good news in this.
Please take this opportunity to rest and prepare for what awaits us. You've returned unscathed and brought tidings of triumph.
Or flame of time.
Truly a moment worthy of celebration.
It's incredible to think that we returned Nikador's core flame not so long ago. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you and your friend's arrival has melted the glaciers of history.
That's what a trailblazing is.
You could say this is the true face of history. It slumbered for 1,000 years, only to awaken for this one moment. Alas, now is not the time for a study of history. I do not see a Naxa around. Was this under your instructions, Finan?
Yes. It just seems much more efficient than letting you two go at it endlessly.
Probably for the
A rash
best.
decision. After all, he still bears a core flame with him. I do concur with your assessment of efficiency, though. Now, let us table the issue concerning him for the moment. The more urgent matter is the core flame of Orynyx. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return the core flames. For titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity, our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end.
Meaning?
But this unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow. But the most pressing issue at hand is that we haven't found the Chrysos heir capable of bearing Orynyx's divinity.
Finan, Castrus, Mydei, and Hyacinth. Tribbie and I devoted a millennium scouring the world, only to find these few people. Only a chosen few possess the capacity to assume divinity, the elite among the Chrysos heirs. We would never hastily extend our invitation without first verifying their potential to bear such power. Yet we cannot compel anyone into divinity, as it would be no different from sentencing them to the gallows.
Truly a dilemma.
Yeah.
What to do? Mem?
How about letting her give it a try?
So you're okay with sentencing me to the gallows?
Mem special, mem. Memmy mem.
I suppose. Meanwhile, somewhere in Memorial Palace. Kratos?
I see the Reaper has forsaken you too, teacher.
It simply put my life in the hands of the Twilight Courtyard. That priest girl's medical talents are truly exceptional. She might be far from the ordinary girl we envisioned. But this isn't about me, Mighty Mos. I saw it. You finally decided to embrace your own fate.
In his own way, maybe.
Power of strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak. My bones have turned into steel, and my blood is seething in a blaze. Past rulers of Kremnos could only aspire to this might, yet I have merged with it. I've made history, and henceforth divinity and kingship shall coexist as one.
Indeed, you've realized the aspirations of every former king of Kremnos. And now, you can at last bring our people home and reforge the glory of Kremnos.
Unfortunately, I harbor no such desire.
There we go.
What? What do you mean by that?
He's been saying it from the start, man.
2 millennia past, devotees of Nikador's might banded together beneath their feet and erected a city of their own. Ever since then, Kremnoans have served as the blades wielded by the god of war, following the Titan's path in its conquest. Yet, gazing upon our history through the lens of my newfound divinity, I now see it with unprecedented clarity. This history is sheer absurdity and inferiority. People surge onto the battlefield like ants, plundering and slaying for their own greed, only to be trampled upon like ants. The city and the beliefs that Kremnoans hold so dearly, alongside the supposed tradition, mere anthills that can be crushed with a single touch in the eyes of the Titan.
You! Are you trying to strip Kremnoans of the pride we've amassed over thousands of years with mere words?
That pride holds little significance, Kratos. Now that I've assumed the divinity of strife, my next step will be to renounce the title of king.
No. No!
Hell yeah, Mydei.
Convey my message to every Kremnoan. This is an order.
Do not do this, Mydei. I beg you.
Our history commenced in the year 2506 of the Light Calendar, concluded in the year 4931. I, Mydei, last king of Castrum Kremnos, son of Gorgo, do hereby proclaim the Kremnoan dynasty comes to an official close today.
You have killed us. You have killed us all.
No. I am granting you a new beginning.
What is this?
My mother's signet ring. It served as a symbol of kingship. And I now imbue it with a fresh significance. Take it, and rally those who have lost their identities. Convey the words of Mydei, now ascended to divinity. You no longer need to chase fleeting honors or face death on the battlefield as if it were your sole destination. However, you must adapt to fit into the city you once observed with indifferent eyes. A cruel fate awaits Amphorius. No matter how illustrious a dynasty may seem, it crumbles to rubble and gravel before formidable foes. Yet, you shall tread the only path out, one that leads to a brand new world at its end.
Why task me with being your messenger? Why not explain all this to them yourself?
Because only humans can guide the path to be trodden by humans. It's not the lot of humans who crave the power of gods and spiral into madness for it. But humans who stand ready to raise their shields high to protect the lives behind them.
I failed to save that child.
That is irrelevant. As demigods, they have long been prepared for it. What truly matters is that you showed up there and shielded her.
The one who persuaded Aglaia to set me free that night. Was that you, Mydei?
Yes.
She's not one to easily make a concession. What did you offer her?
I staked my mother's name to guarantee the integrity of your soul to her. And I promised her that I would dedicate all I have to the Flame Chase journey.
And what is next, Mydei? Where will you be headed now?
To the place where I belong, to fulfill my promise. The madness that has plagued Nikador and the darkness that has consumed Amphorius. It's now my turn to fight against it.
Hell yeah, Mydei.
There are some people to meet with before I leave. Let's go. Witness with your own eyes what it means to have a power to rival all lands.
Mydei's really winning me over. I haven't felt like this tempted to pull for a guy character since Boot Hill. But he really is super cool. Throne, end those long years forlorn. Bid farewell to Aglaia. Aglaya.
You're here, Mydei. It seems that you are prepared.
Yes.
You aided Akuma through yet another trying ordeal, and my gratitude knows no bounds.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Not everything unfolds according to my plan. In the current state of the world, I can only proceed one step at a time. Furthermore, you are ready to dedicate all that you have, regardless of the promise you made to me, aren't you?
Throughout my time in the Holy City, I've gleaned valuable lessons from you. Strategy, leadership, adaptability to change.
That's the big one.
Yet, it's only recently that I've come to realize the truly remarkable quality you possess.
And what is it?
It's the magnetic allure in your presence. It draws people to gather around you willingly, to seek your guidance. They strive not to disappoint you, not due to fear of repercussions, but out of sincere alignment with your ideals. That is precisely what every ruler of Castrum Kremnos has been missing.
I am truly honored to hear that. And now, Mydei, you have risen as the most powerful demigod in the world. How do you intend to wield this newfound power?
To continue the flame chase.
I shall see Nikador's aborted mission through to completion, and become the strongest bulwark for Amphorius to defend against the Black Tide. I will secure enough time for the flame chase journey, until you manage to lead everyone to reach the miracle of Genesis.
Mydei, a new chapter awaits Amphorius. Yet, the one who guides the people to the destination need not be you and I.
Huh. What did you see after assuming Nestia's divinity?
Despite the passage of 1,000 years, every word of that prophecy remains as vivid as ever. You shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold.
Just as cryptic as all the other prophecies.
What if like that gold is referring to the
What's
golden
the
blood?
reason for the laughter?
I was just thinking, if an ordinary person encountered these words, they would probably stay away from the baths for the rest of their life.
But I cannot forgo the delightful experience a bath offers. So, I assume you also glimpsed yours, Mydei?
One day, you shall die with a wound in your back.
Well, that is a rather straightforward scenario.
If I were to be terrified by drivel with no basis, I would not have attracted your gaze and joined the flame chase journey in the first place.
And everyone's just fated to die, just like the other flame chasers.
You speak the truth. May you be destined for a powerful fate, and may we reunite in the promised new world. Farewell, Mydei.
Bid farewell to the Trailblazer and Don Hung. Also bid farewell to Tribbie, Castrice, and the Grand Craftsman. Where are they all? Hard to tell which is which. They're on opposite sides of the world. Guess you're the Grand Craftsman?
Is Lady Tribbios not here?
Lord Mydei!
Hyacinth. So you are the physician Krateros spoke of. It's no wonder then that he was pulled back from the brink of death. You have my gratitude.
I can take that as a compliment, right?
I've heard about what happened at the Grove. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
I've heard far too much about death and grief recently. To quote Lady Tribbie, we should all focus on tomorrow, shouldn't we?
That's a valid point. You've always been the most optimistic one among us.
Well, I must say, it feels quite incredible to see a new demigod standing right before me.
You should prepare yourself as well. Humanity has already taken hold of strife, and one day it will also reach the sky.
Do you really believe I can do it? Even my ancestor, that hero of legends, couldn't conquer the core flame of Aquila.
Given your good rapport with the demigods, you should know that the path to assuming divinity is never limited to swords and spears.
You've always been so perceptive, Lord Mydei.
Maybe you'll go around and find a mysterious stairway to heaven.
If fate has truly selected me, I'll be ready. Right. You are here looking for Lady Tribbie and Lady Trina, no? They're not around at the moment. Is there a message you'd like me to pass on to them?
No need. I've already bid farewell to Aglaya. Meeting with the Oracle is simply a matter of courtesy.
You've bid farewell?
I'm heading back to Castrum Kremnos to fight against the Black Tide. In all likelihood, I will never again return to Akuma.
Oh, man.
Oh.
On second thought, there is something that I'd like you to help me convey to them.
What's that, Mydei?
I'm all ears, Lord Mydei. I'll make sure to convey every single word.
Tell them that there is no longer a need to send scouts behind enemy lines. With a single message, the Lance of Fury will target anyone who dares oppose Akuma.
Alright, that's one. Where are the others? I'm assuming this is like the lead one. In that case, put it over here. Mydei really is just a cool character. Castoris.
Lord Mydei.
I'll be embracing my destiny before you do, Castoris.
Can you feel Thanatos right now?
I don't feel them at all, regrettably.
Maybe that means you won't
I've
die.
been painstakingly seeking that Titan for so long. But have you ever considered reaching out to me for help?
You mean...
Death refused to ferry me. If you were to send me to the Netherrealm, I may uncover clues along the way back.
Probably best not to test that.
I would never do that, Lord Mydei. Death is not a game.
You're right. That may very well be the reason why my people have struggled for millennia. They underestimated the significance of death.
So, are you returning home alone, Lord Mydei?
Yeah.
Returning home, you say? Maybe. At this moment, Castrum Kremnos is not just my birthplace, but also my fated destination. Work harder, Castoris.
Work harder.
Go and do what you have to do, so that the trials we have endured may have meaning.
Pretty sure she's been working pretty hard already.
Lord Mydei. May we reunite on the other side, where the warm west wind blows.
And so that just leaves over here. Our Grand Craftsman.
The King of Kremnos, without the signet ring, but looking more like a king now.
I'm no longer the king, Grand Craftsman.
Matters not the title. Surpassed all former kings your achievements have.
That he certainly has.
I will honor your trust and liberate the world from the clutches of fear. Nevertheless, I must request that you continue to watch over Phainon, Cartonis. I have a feeling that his fate will weigh heavier than all of ours combined.
Yep. No getting around that one.
Phainon in mind I will. Return to your home, brave king. Together with everyone, I shall remain here. That thunder from Castrum Kremnos, we wait to hear.
And finally. One more goodbye. There they are. Mydei.
Outlanders? No. Trailblazers. I will soon make my way to Castrum Kremnos. If all goes according to plan, this may be our final meeting. I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you have done for Amphorius.
Reflecting on the past and moving forward to the future, a challenge I face as well. Though we had never had a chance for a deep conversation, after all we've experienced together, you are also an ally of the Trailblaze, Mydei.
That means a lot to me. May success accompany your trailblazing wherever it leads. How about you let me guess what's on your mind?
I guess just something inspiring, sentimental, nonsensical.
Are you gonna say something insane again, Trailblazer?
What are we gonna do without you? Just smile if you don't know how to respond.
Now that I bear the divine within me, I can get the vague feeling that you have a great significance for the future of Amphorius.
We kinda glossed over that whole thing about Trailblazer taking in the Onyx.
Can I entrust you both to watch my back? And to continue supporting the Flame Chase journey in my absence?
Rest assured, we'll do everything we can.
You have my gratitude. Then, farewell.
Hold on.
Yes?
Let's at least snap a photo together to capture the moment, shall we?
Sure, let's do it.
One more photo. Looks pretty good. What do you think, Mydei?
Well, feels peculiar, I suppose. I'm not talking about your photographic skills. It's just that I rarely take photos. But this one, it's pretty good.
I never fail to impress. I'm glad you like it. Make sure not to leave any regrets behind.
I wish the same for you during your time in Amphorius.
Bid farewell to Phainon. Your battle, brother. Gotta say goodbye to the world that matters most. But yeah, we did sort of just gloss over the whole thing about Trailblazer taking in the Onyx, his power, holding in the core flame. We kinda just glossed over that. Are we gonna loop back to that at some point? Like we're saying goodbye to Mydei, but... Hello, kids.
The prince is here! Run! Hold on! Lord Mydei isn't the prince anymore. He's now the guardian of Amphorius!
What's going on?
Children? What are you playing with, children?
We salute the guardian of Amphorius!
Fine on. You organize this.
We salute
May
you.
triumph always be yours.
Farewell!
It's been a while, Guardian.
Fine on.
I should have known you were the mastermind behind this.
Hey, don't go pointing fingers without cause. I swear I'm innocent this time. See those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together.
I admit, that took me by surprise.
Were you seriously just going to sneak off without a word with me?
Well, I was actually on my way to bid farewell to you, but ended up running into this.
Oh, that's quite an honor, I suppose. We better not leave them waiting too long, don't you think?
The road to Castrum Kremnos from here is long. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a moment and etch their faces in my memory one last time.
Surely it won't be the last time. Walk with Finon for the last part of the journey.
I think I see more than just the Kremnoans here.
King of Kremnos.
I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of strife gets a new name. How about the god of solidarity or preservation? Dong Hung mentioned that one to me.
I recommend that you steer clear from any situation that calls for
Gah.
All right. It's about time for us to part ways. Any final goodbyes you want to share? This might be your last chance. Why so quiet? I thought divinity would wash away some of your sentiments.
Only make them stronger, probably.
Do you truly feel as carefree as you seem? Or is this just a facade you wear?
You know what? You sound just like Aglaia at this moment. But you're not off the mark. I just thought that putting on a nonchalant front for this occasion might help us preserve some dignity.
Come on, you're about to say goodbye. No need for dignity.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Am I really that terrible at controlling my facial expressions? Well, with that said, thank you for aiding me in defeating my archenemy, Mydei.
No need to thank me. This triumph brings no delight, nor does it signify closure. You understand that more than me.
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery behind that black-robed swordmaster. And I can't even ascertain their demise. Maybe I've never managed to cut off my destiny.
But that matters not. Pain may be cured, but scars remain. This should not be effaced. Even with the divine might of Ornyx, you cannot stop the past from leaving its marks in our blind spots. Can you genuinely let go of everything as soon as that swordmaster is dead? That's impossible. Revenge is merely an obligation that must be carried out, and no one can find mental fulfillment through it.
You're right.
Look forward. Chew up and swallow your past. And make sure emptiness and bitterness are not the only flavors you know. Remember that there is a whole world behind you waiting to be saved.
keep that in mind.
I have a final favor to ask. Please look after the Kremnoan warriors in my absence. They will undoubtedly face challenges while assimilating into Akama. It is my sole regret that I cannot stand by them during this time.
Do not worry. Leave it to me.
He won't let you down.
While I'm at it, I'm going to find out if the Kremnoan language is really missing that many words.
The Kremnoan philosophy can never be encapsulated in a mere dictionary. But if there's a chance in the next life, you should come visit my library.
There's Kratos.
I'll be on my way, Deliverer. Remember to stay alive till the final act.
Yes. Same goes for you. Don't die too easily.
With that 10th vertebrae in your back, apparently.
May triumph always be yours, Mydei.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. You better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Oh?
Well... Who knows?
Now that is a real brothership.
Get up, my son. You showed great courage in today's training. Let's wrap it up for now.
Yes, Mother. Mother, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it, Mydei?
Why must we learn to fight?
It is for glory and honor, my son.
Why must we learn to fight? Why
For
must we dream?
Kremnoans, mastery of swords and spears is ingrained from birth. And the battlefield is our destined end.
Is that really
the way it is, Mother?
What makes you say so?
Because you don't sound entirely sure.
You're right, Mydei. I once believed those words, without question. Until your father cast you into the Sea of Souls. It was at that moment I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. Perhaps the spirit of Kremnos had once existed. But as greed bloomed in the hearts of humanity over the years, such spirit had long faded alongside our glory. I no longer put my faith in any oath or doctrine. Now I have just one role. That of your mother, Mydei. Your guardian.
That dream always ends there. The journey back to Castrum Kremnos is proving to be longer than expected. Kratos said that shortly after my fall into the sea, my mother challenged my father to a duel. She died through father's treachery, and I never saw her face. Yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering firelight. I always anticipated the sequel to that dream. believing she had more words of wisdom or guidance to offer. But now, I think I finally come to understand. That is all she wished to tell me. And now, I too am left with but one role.
Return home.
It is time for this journey to reach its end.
Look! Mydei is back!
The names.
Glory belongs to you!
We've got fresh pomegranate juice.
Welcome
Want to try
back.
some?
His comrades.
We meet again.
Welcome back!
How was your training?
Ooh, say, come and check out what I just wrote.
Mydei, did you just come back from training?
It's been a while.
I'm gonna beat you at the
Welcome home, Mydei. Have you found some
Deserving.
The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood! The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood!
Mother, I am home.
That is a true king. Year 4931 of the light calendar, month of balance. Nikdor, the striped titan, Lance of Fury, fell. Mydei, king of Kremnos, triumphed over the trial, and the new god was born. On the following day, the Kremnoan dynasty, which had lasted for 1,000 years, came to an end. Presently, in Akama.
We smell sunlight and the wind of Akama. This was your favorite spot, wasn't it, Trian?
Lady Trian, why did it have to end up like this?
Take it easy, Cass. Departure is a part of life. It's just that ours isn't as tumultuous as it is for ordinary folks. When we started our journey, Yanis had already provided their prophecy. Just like how that Titan divided themselves to create the countless passages in the world. It's only natural for us to follow the same path since we inherited their destiny.
If you don't mind, Tribbie, are you still willing to unveil that past for us? The past regarding the prophecy?
What do you seek to learn, Snowy?
Mydei has left the city to face his own fate. That is, the fate of every demigod. We will all eventually let go of our past to follow the same path as his. So, what I want to know is, as Amphorius' first demigod, what compelled you to take the first step on this journey? And what has sustained you to make it this far without looking back? Despite the fracturing of your body and the numerous departures you have endured.
Teacher, are you sure about this?
Dee is already doing what he has to do. What reason do we have to keep it from them? Let's go, everyone. Let's go to the Abyss of Fate and see how it used to be.
Men, time to work.
Then we will leave it to you. Trinan, would you mind?
Tribbie, are you not coming with us?
I want to stay here with Trian for a bit longer.
I see. We'll be off then. Take care.
Since you have made your decision, then let's proceed as you wish. See you later, teacher.
Cass, are you not going with them?
No. I'd prefer to remain here to accompany Lady Trian. She hated being alone.
What's this?
A little gift that I had hoped to deliver to her personally.
That little gem.
Though fate had other plans.
Oh. So you saw us arguing that day?
Yes. I figured Lady Trian would like it a lot, so I bought it.
I see. Cass, you know, I recognized it immediately that day. It truly is an authentic piece from Yanisopolis.
Then why?
It's just that Trian had forgotten far more things than I. For example, she forgot that this glass object meant something unfortunate according to the traditions of our homeland.
Something unfortunate?
I'm sorry, Lady Tribbie. Should I...
No need to apologize, Cass. At that time, I simply didn't want her to be trapped by our past, especially considering how much time had passed since we left home. But now... it might just be the perfect gift for Trian.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. While you and I have long accepted this absurd fate, they remain fresh and inexperienced. Teacher, don't let the weight of that cruel prophecy crush their spines.
But it would be even more cruel if we allow them to ignorantly fall before the gates of the new world. They will eventually need to know the truth. We just need the right opportunity.
The truth, you say?
This, to me, feels like the right opportunity.
So, this is how the Temple of the Three Fates looked back in the day.
At this point, Yanisopolis still resides under Aquila's protection. Yet it is already fated for decline, and only contains a beautiful facade.
Is it because Amphorius has entered Era Bellica?
Yes, strife remains distant from this part of Amphorius right now. But in 5 years' time, at the same entry hour, this temple will become the source of another war.
Then, where are you at this time?
Right over there.
Why does she look somewhat different?
It's because we don't quite recall how we used to look.
Oh, my apologies.
Please don't. We should be the ones apologizing. Come, everyone. It's time to witness our last conversation with Orynyx.
Solo.
You're here, Oryx.
I can understand the Titan's language now.
This is our memory. So your senses are also aligned with the Tribbios of that moment.
False.
False prophecy, huh? So you still think that way?
But the Black Tide has already arrived, and Yanis remains in slumber. If even the God of Passages, known for guiding mortals, cannot resist this catastrophe, then what can we do against the incoming destruction? Those chosen by fate would never have their family taken from them. And how can I alone remain safe and secure while watching the entire world crumble before my eyes?
This might be our last conversation, Oryx. I will do everything I can to protect you from the Black Tide.
The family she just mentioned.
It's our mother. She fell from the spot into the valley a long time ago. It was during a grand ceremony held to seek Yanis' guidance. But things took an unexpected turn. It was Kefali who responded instead.
Did something go wrong with the ceremony?
Yes, but those two occurrences were in fact unrelated. Kefali's response was simply a coincidence. On that frosty night with treachery abound, as the Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis met her demise, the world-bearing Titan also fell in another corner of the world. Let's keep up with her. This story... she should be the one to tell it.
That thing ahead.
It's the altar of Talantin. But that's not our destination. We're heading to the left.
This place used to be passable.
That, unfortunately, we'll have to wait until next week.